Hi guys, Alex, Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a bit of an update video. Lots of things going on. We're doing a little bit to the Supra. We're going to finally put the SYVECS Ipad Bluetooth integration pad or iPad into the car. It's all finished, so I'm just going to mount the pad, see what it looks like. That's going to be done. We've also got some maintenance on the Mini. We've got a radiator bleed basically needing to be going on that. I think we've done a full service on that, ready to get it out basically start of next month, start of this month even, because you're watching it actually in June. So we're going to be out and about on that every now and again now. So full service done on that. Just got to do a rad flush and clean and do some water wetter, which is like a cooler, a special coolant that basically helps cool the water temps in the water system. With the Minis, they have got like small little fans and they can overheat if they're not kind of maintained in that respect. So it was overheating, well, it was starting to look like it was going to overheat. It weren't moving, obviously. They do need to, or like to be driven and moving, but still it needs a flush, so we're going to do that today as well. As well as that, I have got some maintenance on the Range Rover. We're doing full service for that because that is for sale at the moment and probably likely to be going fairly soon. Love it. Range Rover V8 Mark 1. But yeah, doing some maintenance and some service work on that as well. So bit of a filler, guys, but look, I do like to let you know what's kind of going on and what's going on with all my cars and whatnot. The Supra is very, very close to completion. The head has been done. The shimless buckets have been set up. The new cams are all dialed in as well. So the whole head and short block are obviously being assembled together. And then probably in the next couple of weeks, we are going to be starting to put the block back in the Supra. So then a few little bits like new intercooler piping to go on to the new intake manifold, which is going to be drive-by-wire. And then, yeah, obviously integrating and checking all the electrical systems, firing it up, running it in, dyno time, big power, 1100 hopefully, or north. And I'm going to finally be driving it. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd give you that little update. Watch on and enjoy some of the vid. Skip to some of the bits that you prefer, whatever it may be. You may be watching it for the Mini content, you may be watching it for the Range Rover content, you may be watching it for the Supra content. There's going to be a bit of everything in this one. But yeah, if you haven't watched some of our other previous videos, the FK8 went round Snetterton track. I'll pop that in the top right hand corner for you now. That was epic. The car was an absolute machine and a weapon. And there's loads of stuff coming up on that and some car reviews coming up. We've got the GR Yaris review coming up in the next, I think, 3 weeks' time. So I hope you enjoy that as well. Yeah, it'll be 2 or 3 weeks' time, should I say. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. It's going to be a relatively short one, but I just thought I'd kind of let you know what's going on with the cars. But yeah, watch on and enjoy. That's just not perfect, and I do need to arrange some things that are not fitting quite right because of probably paint. It does need to be touched up a little bit, but basically this is as it kind of sits. How it all kind of looks. And let's try some different modes. So we can get lots of different types of screen. But yeah, it's going to be nice. It's nice flush mounted. I do need to, like I say, tidy up a lot of this. It has kind of, it does need to be finished off, but like I say, slowly but surely. Yeah, and get all the other gauges and everything back in. But most are going to be read off this data screen, which is good. So say change all your cows, all your different settings, 1 of 10, traction control, 1 of 10 traction control, setups, different one. Loads of different options, but yeah, just need tidying that up. But I'm in no rush for that because that basically I've done the most hard part on it so far. So yeah, just some small little things to be done and just tidying up and filling just those next bits and filing it a little bit just to make it sit a bit nicer. And because there's paint finish, this panel at the moment is not quite sitting where it needs to. I am tempted to get a new carbon fibre one because some of the tabs are showing signs of wear, and the gator needs to be replaced ideally for a new one. This needs to be replaced. All like little things that you'd expect on a project car. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with the Mini now and do that as well. So yeah, like I say, from one job on the Supra to the next, we're going to go on the our Mini Picidilly. We've done a massive load of work to get this kind of all fresh and ready for, I say, a new season. We're going to get this kind of all on the road and going to be driving it from kind of start of this month and through the season up to probably winter, and then we'll tuck it away again. Yeah, I don't know what we'll end up doing. I'm a busy person, so I'm out about most weekends, but I think we've got a couple of things and shows and run outs planned with this nonetheless. It's obviously completely different beast to a lot of other crazy fast cars that I'm normally in, but actually the fun factor of that car is the essence of why I have that. It's just so much fun. It handles really well. It's quirky and fun, and it's a great car. So, and it's a classic at the end of the day, so it's cool. It's a limited edition model, being a Piccadilly, one of not many certainly like that on the road, and it's in a really good state and condition. Like I say, we're just going to do a radiator bleed and change. So yeah, I'll kind of show you how to kind of do it pretty much on any car. So yeah, watch on. So one thing's to start off with, basically this radiator system on this, like I kind of touched on, the fan and the whole radiator is very small on this, and because of the layout and where it is, it's actually quite an inefficient, poor cooling system. So these do really suffer if you don't keep them maintained. I certainly look as though there has been some, I think it's overheating more than clips failing, but I do need to take a look at this because I've just looked around all the pipes. Basically what I'm going to do is, and as much as this will end up costing me money, I've got this Miller's oil extra cool. I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to put a whole load of coolant and water, etc. in the system. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it up, make the thermostat open, and I'm going to check all of the lines down the back, because I say it probably is because it's overheating, but what you need to be careful is not, I have been prodding these lines. They do feel, some of these feel a bit crispy and almost brittle. I'm just going to basically run it up and see if I can see any leaks. Because it looks as though it's either could probably come out of the expansion tank and probably overheated and made it swell and potentially come out of and seep out of some of these clips. If I have a problem with this or one of these hoses, I'm going to probably look to maybe replace some of these hoses. And yeah, it is really awkward on these, I have to say, but whatever we need to do, we need to do. But yeah, the radiator system, you can see, doesn't look overly bad, a little bit gunky, but it's going to be. It's a, you know, stock rad that's been in there for a long time. So yeah, yeah, watch on, see how we get on. So yeah, first things first, to make sure it don't overfill, I'm just put my extra cool in. I've put some quite a bit of deionized water in. Obviously, clearly it has gone over temp or close to over temp, and spit out and lost some coolant because it is definitely quite low. So I'm just going to continue to top up with deionized water, and then we'll fire it up and let it burp. I call it letting it burp, and it basically will just pop, pop, pop and gargle and get rid of any air pockets in there. So yeah. Right, so she is topped up to the brim, you can see just there. So now I just need to start it up and let it burp. So yeah, let's do that. move away a little bit. I think it has got a bit of an exhaust leak, which obviously won't help matters because it's probably overheating or heating up some of the pipes. So I think at some point really soon we're going to get that probably. I think it's got to go through an MOT. I think while it goes to the MOT at the guys in Bury Auto Park, actually, we'll probably get them to have a little look at the manifold and around the downpipe, and just see if there's any obvious areas where it's leaking from. We may just need a gasket, but wherever it's blowing from, we'll get that fixed, and then that will help matters as well. We may as well bleed up the system because obviously it's going to need to run properly. But yeah, watch on, and like I say, we'll burp that system. Obviously it is still on the choke, so if you hear it kind of sounding almost a little bit erratic, it will be for a little bit, but once we've run it for about 2 minutes, I should be able to take the choke off, and it should run and idle really nicely. Then I should be able to blip the throttle, hold the throttle, revs up a bit higher, and then just slowly let the system burp. But we probably will want to run that up at least 10-15 minutes and let the air continue to come out of the radiator system, and basically purge out of the system, so it helps the system clear. But yeah, we're getting it done, and lovely to be working on the little beast. It's now nearly completely off the choke, not quite. We're probably this many millimeters away from having it off the choke. Like I say, we'll run this up for about 10 minutes, let all the air go out of the system. You can speed matters up by, be careful you don't put your finger on where the fan is, just burping it by pressing this a little bit while it's going, and that will help burp out the system as well. But I'll do that probably off camera, and yeah, keep this running for a good 10 minutes, get it warm, and make sure the stat opens, get it bled up nicely. She's a beauty. Right, here is the there you go, completely off the choke now. There's the lights. Look at this, how cool is she? Over half a tank of fuel as well, result. Still tiny mileage, 62,000 miles. As I take those lights off now. Nowhere near warm yet, there's no heat there. Kind of lower a little bit. It'll only be when it gets warm and it starts to burn, which looks as though it's starting to do now. Excuse me if you can't hear me very well. Obviously I know it's quite hard. Let's have a little look at the temperature. Yeah, just under halfway house, which is close to where it wants to be. Probably wants to be closer to the middle, so we'll keep letting it get a bit warmer, keep checking, and then keep topping up with the ionized and maybe a little tiny bit of coolant. Obviously because it's hot now, we don't really want to put too much coolant in. Okay, so it's pretty much up to temp, so I'm going to keep an eye on the thermostat, keep an eye on the temperature gauge, and check it over, because it seems like it's stabilised in terms of level, and I don't need to add no more, but we need to be a bit careful. Once that thermostat opens, you want to put the cap on quickly before it starts erupting. So yeah, I'm going to have to go and do that. Just what the doctor ordered, guys, just what the doctor ordered. Literally, it is running an absolute peach. Yeah, it's been idling for probably about 15 minutes, coming up to 20 minutes, and the temperature is just under halfway, and it's just sitting there. So it's you know, obviously quite hot in here, very humid day, 22 degrees out today. Actually, it's gorgeous day, I'll show you. It's scorching hot. It's a beautiful day in here in England, and it's going to be a lovely lovely bank holiday weekend actually. Yeah, you're obviously watching a little bit later, but no, it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, she's running absolutely like a champ. It's been sitting, like say, 15, nearly 20 minutes, and the gauge has not gone anywhere whatsoever. So job done. Yeah, can't see any leaks, happy with that. One thing I would say is though, this stuff in any car at all, guys. There is different brands I've used as well. I've used Redline water wetter. Millers do this one, extra cool. This stuff, especially for a performance car or an older classic, is a must. Basically, you chuck it in your radiator system and it lowers engine temps or water temps by 10 degrees. I often put 2 of these on advice, being advised from people in the know. Put 1 or 2 of them in the Supra. I'd definitely run 2. It's a good way of lowering water temps. Very, very important for your engine. Temperature, low temperature equals power, guys. Longevity, reliability, get some in there. Honestly, for the money it costs, $11.99 for one of these, versus needing a massively over engineered radiator system, and sometimes it's not an option. Get some. I'll put links in the bio actually where you can get it from. And yeah, happy days. I'm happy. So as you see, all the cars that I've been working on today have been tucked away. I didn't show you anything on the Range Rover because there's very inane, boring type stuff as such today working on it. So and there's a few more little things I've got to do to it, so I haven't really shown you anything on that as such. Like I say, it's a little what I call a filler video, guys. It's for people that kind of follow the channel, that want to know just what we're kind of getting up to. Like I say, loads of exciting stuff coming up, loads of car reviews finally lined up, lots of manufacturers getting on board, and we are going to be doing lots of things. Like I say, GI Yaris review coming up very soon. This motor is going to be going in this. I say this underneath there is a Supra. But yeah, no, I hope you just enjoyed the little video, seeing what we're up to more than anything, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching. As always, like, share, comment and subscribe. We'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.